Yo, what up? Episode 3 coming in hot. Let's go. It's your boy AverageRollerCoasters Almost forgot my own name. Oh, this episode's gonna be real good. We are starting off laying out this park. Well, depends on what side you're looking at it. This side is going to be a family-friendly section. That's right. It's going to be family-friendly, focus on some junior attractions. First thing, laying out the pathway. Trying to plan out what I got going on here. First idea I had was splash pad. That's right. So we are going to be attempting to create a splash pad. So we are going to change the settings to waiting. I believe I start trying with the curve, but these lines are kind of hard to get at first. Didn't really like it. Looked like a suspicious object, so we went in there, round 2, tried again. This time we put it to shallow. I believe that is the correct splash pad depth. Once again, looking kind of weird. Just trying to take up this little space right here on the inside of the path, but I don't want that sort of teardrop shape. Try to round it out, doesn't work. So one more time, going back into it. Bear with me on this, but I promise you what comes out of this torture fest is good. So I go with this, round out the corners. Some of it doesn't round perfectly, but for these purposes I think it looks okay. So we're going to get those railings out. We also want to change. I like this flagstone path a lot for the pools. So we're going to put the flagstone in, get rid of the railings. And then we're going to figure out how to combine these two paths into one. So we're going to round it out even more. And sometimes combining paths is pretty hard. I think my finished product is good. So you're going to see a little bit of trial and error going on in this video, but you might even learn something. So what's going on here? I'm really trying to figure out the best way to do this. Fill in that little gap. That works there. This one takes a couple tries. And it works for now, but yeah. I end up doing something else. And like I said, this video is a lot of trial and error. I figured out that you could take the stamp pathways off of the grid. So I thought that was going to work, but I end up scrapping this whole thing, I believe. Let's see. try rounding it. Oh man, I'm trying anything I can at this point. Looking back, I probably could have just... This ends up working pretty well, actually. It kind of... See, what I was going for is I wanted enough space around the pool to add all the extras. So... You know, I'm thinking splash pad, but you still want enough area on the sides to make it look realistic. So, still just trying to get this path into one. It's being really wonky in some areas. And, you know, for me, that works for now. I've already been trying too much at this. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna try to stamp out the rest of the path here. And I have a lot more luck doing that. Of course, the last one breaks the entire pool, but and this ends up working for me. Probably not the best solution to what I was trying to go for, but it works. I enjoy it, and I build off of it. Here, I kind of do a easier solution, and that ends up working out for me. And this is at 250% speed, so you can really tell I was putting in the effort for this video. So what I wanted to do, I found some pieces, or should I say I found a blueprint in the workshop that worked really nice for this sort of attraction. I had the idea of doing sort of like a treehouse play area slide for families, so kind of just exploring with that idea, putting the slides down first, but realizing that the slides I am doing to begin with are a little bit too large. We got to go a little bit smaller. Excuse me, I do have the hiccups. So we're going to, you know, attempt some slides, fail, and try from the beginning, but that first idea, pretty cool. But definitely a little bit too dangerous for just a shallow splash pad, so I end up saying scrap that. Try again. So for this slide, we're going to go a lot lower. And we're just going to do a little downslope and done. Just like you'll see at a playground. So we're going to go a little bit higher, not much. I believe I do the same sort of flume. I start off with the body slide. I think I end up changing that a little bit. Yeah. we end up taking the body slide the opposite way. And nice tube. Nice tube action. Get the tube going, you can't leave anything out. And we're going to, give that a long ending. That's looking good for me. Now we gotta decorate it. And like I said, we're going for treehouse vibes. We start off with this palm tree. Works for at least building the rest of it off of. I end up changing the type of tree we use to something a little bit better. I noticed with this one that it moves, since I scale it up so much and bring it into the ground, that the part that sways in the wind is right where we need it to not sway. So that tree doesn't really work. We're gonna pick up the log piece and we're going to add some supports. And I really liked how this came out in the end. I worked about an hour and a half on this. That's why at 250% speed it's a little bit a smaller video, about 36 minutes. But right now I'm just trying to figure out how to make this sort of hut around the tree that is blowing in the wind. So nice thing I like to do is you take these and you kind of just put them right next to each other, like one half a grid off or maybe even less, so it makes a nice tiny thatched roof perfect for what we're doing. Now we're gonna cover up the rest of the base here. Not yet. Right now we're gonna finish out the supports for the roof. Covering up all those corners to make it look like the wood is the natural support. A little bit of daily profit, which I do not care about. Quickly exit out of that one. We're going for diagonal supports on this one. And the camera is just being so annoying for me with this build. I think the camera in general with this build, with this game, is can be pretty wonky. So that's looking real good right about there. Kind of a mix between a beach shack, treehouse. Trying to think of how to cover up this platform so we get this wood fence. We don't really want to cover up the slide, so scale it down. And that's looking real good. So we continue it along the rest of the platform. Being careful not to cover up the slide. Want to keep the slide accessible, and that makes it look really cool. Makes it look like it's meant to be there. Now I try to copy the whole thing. Nope, you can't, because the hitbox is classic theme in these videos. So we want to cover up the base of the platform. So just stack these wood pieces up and that covers it up nicely. Continue it all along each side. And here, being careful not to go through the slide. So that pretty much finishes that one up. Now I think about how I want to do this, and I don't want to give it its own tree. I figure let's make it a part of this one, but kind of like a supported extension. I think it looks good that way because I accidentally didn't put supports on the platform. So that's kind of how I got the idea to begin with, but I think it was a good mistake, definitely a happy accident. We leave the logs there. I end up changing them just because they look so large. It's the smallest you can get them. We're going to use these pillars as extra support beams. And then we're going to put some more log legs into it. Can't put one there, goes into the slide. And we're going to copy the roof. Bring it up to this platform. Try to get it lined up. That's about good right there. Now we're just going to copy all the supports from this previous one we made and bring it on up. And that's looking real good. Like I said, I loved how this came out. So we're going to, for some reason we missed a support beam, so we're going to put that back in there. Get back in there, you. We're going to, like I said, switch out those log pieces. They were just a little bit too big. These look a lot nicer, very clean. Not sticking out the ends. And that's pretty much supported. I believe I add one more piece. And that's looking real good. So now we want to take the floor, add the same floor up there. And this floor works nicely up here. I end up sinking it a little bit lower into the platform, which is a little bit different, but still works out good. I'm just fixing the beams so they don't pop through the slides. I'm gonna cover up the base, and that's looking really good. Now to just kind of finish it off, figuring out where the entrances are gonna go and how to integrate those into the whole pool itself. So I find the stair color, and I have the thought of making the stair color close to the wood color, kind of blend it in there. And once it's the wood color, I think the stairs look really good, like they're meant to be there. Which is good. It brings it together. Unfortunately, I think it should be moved a little bit over, and at that point I'm like, I'm just gonna move the stairs. It's okay right where it is. Now I'm thinking how to get rid of that grass. So just scrap the stairs, put them back. Easy as that. Change the stair color back to what it was, and now we're looking good. So now I'm thinking, how do I want to finish out this? This is a blueprint. I'll try to include who made this blueprint, but I think it fits really well here in the cage splash pad. There's this other blueprint that I didn't want to include just the way it was. I wanted to kind of just take ideas from it. So we are going to see what kind of tree they used there, because I remember it didn't move as much as this palm tree. They end up using the date palm, so we're going to add that palm tree. First we're going to put some totem statues, little sprinkler guys. We're gonna get that date tree, put that in there, and that thing is huge, so we're gonna tone that down a little bit, put it in so it's not completely blocking the slide, and then we're gonna add some water jets, if we can find them, to these little guys. And yes, they are spitting, but I think it's adorable. Nice little water feature. And we're just gonna try to think of other ways to fill out this water park. Not water park, but splash pad. Thinking about random jets, but kind of like over here how the water's coming out of something, right? So I kind of go along that path. Take this out one more time just to look at it, see what's going on here. Seeing what pieces they used and coming back to mine. So we're gonna take this log, we're gonna cover up this support here, and we're gonna take a date palm, put it at the top, kind of make my own palm tree with it. It's looking okay, but we're gonna make the log a little bit smaller. Now that's looking good. Could probably change the log color to match a little bit more. Here we're just going to take the logs and use them as supports for the slides. Try to integrate everything into one. And of course, you can't click on the logs anymore. Why? It's the most front thing you can see, but it's not the most front thing you can click. So I'm liking that look. We're going to continue it on. This process, very simple. Just sinking it into the ground, covering up the supports, but leaving enough to make it look like it is a part of the supports, like it's meant to be there. And doing these straight slides are pretty easy. You can set up the first one and then kind of just bring it on over. As you can see, we got it done really quickly. A little splash on the camera. That's looking good. So we're going to go back in, change the color of the supports. Instead of covering that up with wood, I'm just going to change it to the same stair color, and that makes it come together. Now we're going to add this dolphin balloon. We're going to get a nice screen mount pole for it. We're going to put them up on the pole, and we're going to tilt them back a little. And then you know the deal. Water jet coming out his mouth. Yep, that's right. Perfect. Now at this point, I remember the wall decorations that I was talking about. Oh, but I get distracted. I see the coral. The coral is some beautiful pieces, so we're just going to add a little bit of those. Scroll down, we find any other piece that might work here. I see the shark head, and I end up not using it. So, like I said, this video is a lot of trial and error. Looking around, seeing what works, what doesn't work. I've got the lily pads. I'm going to scale those up, place them sporadically around this thing. Just think they look cute. I'm going to take the fish. Same thing, spread it out. Here I find the octopus tentacles. I think what a cool idea. Let's make the dolphin get attacked by the octopus tentacles. If I was a kid, I would love that. So we got the octopus tentacles coming out of the ground. Put one right there, but realize, oh, blocking the slide. So it works without it. We're gonna leave that out. Octopus only has 2 tentacles, whatever. Add some water jets to the floating lily pads. And this is looking cute as ever. We're gonna add some more lily pads. Fill out this area a little bit more. Probably still more we could add looking back, but for now, just to get this side of the park going, I think that is beautiful. Now we're going to add all of our extras, including lifeguards. We go for the tall chair, 3 of them, to cover the whole park, the whole pool. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Beach loungers we do pretty patterned. Back there in that green space, I'm thinking maybe we do a large outdoor eatery or something, so I don't put any facing that back wall right now. I think it's gonna kind of roll into a back, like a outdoor eatery, very wide open plaza in the middle of the wooden path. I think would be cool. But right now we're just working on the pool extras. I get the market canopy. I get this post. I build my own chair shade thing. We group it together as one piece. group the scenery and we move it. Don't forget to turn it a little bit to add some variety. Really no method, just randomly turning one way and one the other way, making it look different. Now they don't provide the most shade, but they definitely look good. But I think we need a little bit more chairs, so we're gonna put some chairs down and we're gonna make them green. And those will have a different shade device. We go for the, I type in parasol, but that's not how you spell it. P-A-R-A. Canopy? Nope. Pear. And now that's when we learn how you spell parasol. Excellent. And just hitting Z to give it a little turn. Adding this nice little tiki parasol. Now that's looking real good. Last thing, we want a sign. So we put down a planter that can be used as our sign holder. And while I'm at it, I think of putting random planters down throughout the canopies. I should have just added the palm to the canopy and moved them and copied them together, but you know, whatever, I didn't do that. So looking good there, and now we're gonna add some to the main sign planter. I think we're just gonna use the same sign. Call it the splash zone. I think that's cute. The sign has nice lettering. And it just works. Try to make it bigger, it doesn't go bigger, so we work with it. Just adding some signposts here. Now we're gonna fill out this planter. I'm just looking and noticing the settings that I could have turned off to make this a lot easier, but for now, enjoy my suffering. There we have it. The splash zone, baby. This is gonna be our family-friendly zone of the park. Not too crazy in the excitement zone, but we're gonna probably add a junior coaster, maybe a nice eatery, maybe a transport ride, some lockers. We'll see how it fills out, but this will definitely be the first section of the park that I get done. I'm going to be trying to do more sectioning of the park in this one. So, trying to keep everything along the family theme in this part. And then once you get over that bridge, we'll see some definitely more excitement going on. Bigger thrill rides, bigger roller coasters, things like that. Things like that. And apparently I forget how to talk when I'm doing these voiceovers. So adding some planters down, completing the look. Give it a once over, turning the flumes on. And that's when I realized, boom, you need a cue for the flume. Turn them all on so I don't forget. Give it some visual checks and realize I want to change the color to match the sign. So the sign is really orange, green, and white, so we're going to go for that same sort of theme, orange, green, white. Take the purple out. And that's really going to be about it. This is Average Roller Coaster Enthusiast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, juice the algo, tickle the post, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.